But Kevin Costner could be paying a lot of bread. One of the most desired men in the world is soon to be a bachelor again. He just has to get through this contentious divorce, right? Susan Guthrie is here with us to talk a little bit more about the judgment. And a California judge did order Costner to pay his estranged wife, Christine, $129,000 a month in support. So we're back to talk about the legal aspects of this, Susan. Thanks for coming in studio so early with us.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's nice to be back.
You know, I remember watching him in The Bodyguard as a kid and thinking, oh, he's so dreamy. And I'm sure a lot of women have looked at him with those dreamy eyes. But Christine Baumgartner certainly isn't right now. So what do we know about this settlement, this money that he has to pay now every month? He asked for $51,000. She asked for like over $200,000. What factored into the judge determining the $120 some odd dollars? $120,000
in dollars, right? A month.
Yeah.
So, you know, really what the judge is looking at is the amount of income that both parents have, but we know Christine doesn't have any income, and then what the reasonable expenses of the children are, which in this lifestyle are pretty extraordinary.
Yeah.
So he ended up paying about twice as much as he was offering to pay, and she got less than half of what she was asking for.
So he kind of just went straight down the middle.
Judges have a tendency to do that at times. Yeah, it's a little bit less than down half the middle because Kevin and Christine are going to be splitting the extracurricular expenses and the private school tuition of the kids, and she had asked that he pay the $247 and 100% of all those.
Okay, so she's just asking for everything. They had a prenup. I thought that if you had a prenup, it avoided all of this back and forth.
And it does, except when it comes to children, for a few reasons. One, those children didn't exist at the time of the making of that prenup, the contract. And everything when it comes to children in the court is governed by what's in their best interests, not what you contracted for perhaps years, in this case, 18 years ago.
And he is actually asking that she pay the legal fees because she contested the prenup. Do you think that he could get that?
Absolutely, he could get that. He actually just filed because the judge last week ordered her to vacate the property in accordance with the terms of the prenup. And there's a very common clause in their prenup that if one party contests and they lose, they have to pay the other party's attorney's fees. So he just asked for almost $100,000 in attorney's fees to be paid by her.
And this is, I mean, this is a second massive divorce for him. I mean, he paid out a lot of money the last time. He's not going to go through that again. It sounds like he's digging his heels in, but he's saying he'll make less money because the Yellowstone show contract is up. Will that weigh at all? I mean, because this is a tentative settlement at this point for the monthly support.
Yes, this is temporary. I call it Band-Aid support while they're going through the divorce negotiations or divorce process. Definitely a decrease in his income might have some impact, but we have to presume he has other sources of income. And
he's Kevin Costner.
I'm guessing there's some other assets out there. I think he says he's worth about $200 million. She thinks $400 million. So.
Oh, she's doubled his worth.
His net worth as well.
Okay.
Yes.
I just hope it's over soon. I hate when people have to go through this. Even, you know, very, very famous people deserve their privacy and deserve their peace of mind, but good Lord.
Yeah, well, that's an option for them. They could either switch to a private judge or go into private mediation. That's what we generally see with these high net worth or celebrity divorces. I hope for their sake they consider that.
Yeah, that would be a good idea. Susan Guthrie, thank you very much for being here again. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.